First question on your 13 questions for your interview, adaptability. Tell me about a time when you had to adjust to a classmate or colleague's working style in order to complete a project or achieve your objectives.
The time would be me working at Copeland's. We had people who were Spanish speaking people who were not very fluent in English. And what I had to do, I was the bus boy, and we had objectives to bus tables. Well, we had barriers also from us doing objectives. And one of the barriers was there is not a very communication link between me and the other bus boys. So what we did a non-verbal communication, which included eye contact and hand movements and signals.
Good. Next question, analytical skills, problem solving. Tell me about a situation where you had to solve a difficult problem and what did you do?
A difficult situation for me was when I was trying to install new lights on my car, which required me to find the right tool to take out the bolt nuts and locate them on the car. And after I located them, I had to take out the headlight housing.
What was the outcome of it?
Uh, there was two possibilities of the outcome, a bad one and a good one. The bad one would have been the lights not coming on because I failed to recognize a disconnected wire or a blown fuse. And the good one would have been the lights coming on like they should have been.
What do you wish you would have done differently?
I'd have probably done differently by taking the car up to the dealership, paying money for them to do it.
Okay. Communication. What is your typical way of dealing with conflict? Give me an example.
Uh, I'm going to use the word family conflict, which involved a mother and son disagreement or misunderstanding of what was being said at a dinner table. And how did we settle it? She would come back in later on that night and we would talk about it. And after we talked about it, we just disclosed the whole issue.
Okay. Creativity. Tell me about a time when you had to use your presentation skills to influence someone's opinion.
Uh, that time would have been during my high school year, my senior year, and I had just got my first car, and I wanted to put tinted windows on it. Well, I had to persuade my dad in a way where he would understand why I needed tinted windows and what were the good benefits of it. One of the benefits would have been protection of your investment, which you bought for your car. Second would have been it would have protect the somebody damage of the inside vehicle, and the third would have been the overall look of the car.
Okay. Decision making. Tell me about a difficult decision you made in the last year.
One of the difficult decisions I made within the last year would have been I had to decide whether I either attend a family reunion in Pennsylvania or keep my job by not going to the family reunion. Even though I gave my manager like a month notice saying I was going to be leaving, I still had to decide what was better for me. So I stuck with my job because I like the income.
Okay. Flexibility. Describe a time when you put your needs aside to help a coworker understand a task. How did you assist them and what was the result?
As I was working at Copeland, I was the bus boy, and our primary duties were to brush tables. Well, one of the coworkers needed help delivering food to her table, so I would lend a hand by helping her deliver hot food to her tables.
What was the result?
The result was all the food came on time and everybody was happy. Pause it.
Pause.
Why are you crying?
Goal settings. Give me an example of a time when you set a goal and were able to meet or achieve it.
That time would have been my senior high school year, and we were presented an opportunity to participate in a 1-week preparatory state police academy. And my goal was to attend the academy and pass the academy. By doing that, I also was awarded a 3rd place in the physical session.
Okay, initiative. What tricks or techniques have you learned to make school or a job easier, or to make yourself more effective? How did you learn that?
At the skating car hop, me skating to different stalls made my job a little easy because I didn't have to walk. It was quick and effective, and when I was also delivering food, I had like ketchup, mustard, or napkins ready in case the customer needed it, and I did it in a systematic way.
Okay. Integrity and honesty. Tell me about a time when you were forced to make an unpopular decision.
That time I had to make an unpopular decision was when I knew a friend who was stealing parts off of somebody else's skates at the skating rink, and when someone wanted to get their skates out and they found out that their skates were kind of like dismantled, I knew about it and I stepped up and told the manager who did it and why it was done.
Okay, number 10, leadership. Give me an example of a time when you motivated others.
Back in 2010, December 2010, we would have happy hour between 2 and 4 at Sonic. And me trying to motivate somebody would get them pumped up by laughing, joking around, making them energized, being more alerted and responsive to reducing the time and delivering hot food quick.
Okay, interpersonal skills. Give me a specific example of a time when you used good judgment and logic in solving a problem.
Uh, I would say back when I was working at Copeland, I had a manager who wanted me to work certain hours, which I couldn't because during that time I was in college. And me being in college was more important, so I had to put in a 2 weeks notice in. And when they found out that I was putting in a 2 weeks notice, they decided for me to work around my college hours by letting me work on weekends.
Planning and organization, time management. Tell me about a time when you had too many things to do and you were required to prioritize your tasks.
That time would have been during finals because I had 2 exams on the same day, and those 2 exams were difficult. So I decided to put more time on one exam than the other.
What was the result?
The results, the results were good.
That you did well.
That I did well because I
Okay.
put more effort in them.
Teamwork. Describe a situation where you have, have had to work as a part of a team to achieve a result. What was your role in this?
Part of that was when I was assigned a project and we required 2 people. And what we did a presentation on marijuana for a philosophy class. And my role was to put together a power slide and present it to the class about why marijuana was bad, the history of marijuana, and issues of marijuana. And the result of the presentation was a good presentation. Everybody was informed. They were good to hear the information.
Okay, I guess this will conclude your interview. Good job.